What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Beausoleil, and that's the one and the only Scott Savage. Scott, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, over the weekend I got to finish a game. That's something that we don't end up doing too often because the onslaught of review codes. Not a complaint, but I beat Don't Be Afraid, and immediately I thought of you.
Where I would be afraid.
It got me a couple times.
Really, eh? Oh, man. It's, yeah, horror games. No thanks. It's one of those things. Not for...
Oh no, your audio has just cut. We're having a great time just getting everything together here for the show. We've had audio skip out at least 3 times in the last 10 minutes.
Dude, before we even started the show, I was out. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, it's going to be one of those days, everybody. One of these days, I'm going to smash my computer, and we won't have a show.
Well, there are a lot of strange objects in the sky. Might have something to do with it.
Man,
it's the best evidence we've had so far.
Right. Well done, Scott. People can join us live every day, Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, over on twitch.tv/theofficialitg, as well as youtube.com/theofficialitg. But if you can't join us live, it is up later inside the game.ca podcast services and TV streaming networks around the globe. Dude, today's show has been an interesting one. We got up, we often do the news either the night before or there's a little inside baseball for you. And then we kind of get caught up if there's any any pressing news bits in the morning so that we don't miss anything, because that's how we want to keep up on things here. And last night was light. Dude, was it ever light? But thankfully we had some more news drops this morning. So Hogwarts Legacy is the biggest game in the month and beats out Elden Ring's launch. That's massive.
That's a big one.
We have news on Control 2's development, and Ubisoft is already thinking about a sequel for a game that's not even out yet.
Oh, that's the most confidence-inspiring thing about Ubisoft I've heard in a long time, actually.
What are they? How about don't put the cart in front of the horse? Just saying. Let's
not make any bets, but
no, absolutely not. Dude, let's get into it. As Hogwarts Legacy is the biggest Harry Potter game launch of all time. UK box charts. Everything's out of the UK. We don't have any of that info over here. It's so weird. Physical sales are up 80% over last year's biggest fantasy game, Elden Ring. This is Christopher Dring over at GamesIndustry.biz. Hogwarts Legacy has got off to a very big start at the UK games retailer and has a comfortable #1 game of the week. It is the biggest launch for any Harry Potter game ever, with sales 64% higher than the previous best, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone from 2001. Whew, that's a while ago.
I did not play that one.
No, me either. In fact, the biggest week for a Harry Potter game wasn't a launch week at all. It was the second week of the Philosopher's Stone due to the hype around the movie. Even compared to that week, Hogwarts Legacy was still bigger by 2%. The result is more impressive when you consider this is just physical sales. Hogwarts Legacy would have received a substantial number of digital sales. We bought 2 codes digital, just letting you know. The data will come in later this week, hopefully. Whereas Philosopher's Stone didn't have a digital sales back in 2001. Scott, to think about that one.
Oh, wow. It's rare that we read stuff out and I go, oh, yikes.
Right? Harry Potter is the 26th biggest video game franchise in the UK, just behind Forza series, but ahead of Zelda. Legend of Zelda. The Legend of Zelda, sorry. Compared to last year's biggest fantasy release, which was Elden Ring, Hogwarts Legacy first week sales are up 80%. 82% of Hogwarts Legacy sales were on PS5, with the remaining only of 18% on Xbox Series X and S, Scott. And to think of this, we're still not done, because it's still coming out next, I think like April, for PS4 and Xbox One. So they're not done, Scott.
Yeah, they have not even sold this on all available venues yet.
That's insane. Dude, that is insane to think about. First of all, it beat out Elden Ring, which was one of the most hyped games of last year altogether, right? That is a major feat within itself. Hats off to Avalanche for achieving this, for pulling this off. We all know about the negative feedback that things have been coming around for the game. Luckily for us, fans of the game and fans of the Harry Potter franchise are somewhat able to kind of overcome this, right? They want to move past this. Let's just have a good game. And that's what we have. We just reviewed it. It'll be up on this week's show. You can go to insidethegame.ca in the next 2 days, I'd say, to find out our full impressions, our full thoughts on that, as well as actually our YouTube channel also has our review too. But we are still continuing on. We got the game rather late, so we have early impressions with the score, with us coming back around. Scott, I'm currently 17 hours in. Where are you?
I think I'm about 13 hours in now, actually. I think we're coming up on level 17 or 18 now. I'm still a little bit behind yourself and Corey.
Yeah, I'm currently at level 21. I'm about to hit level 22. And let me tell you, dude, there are... I sound like Corey. Because he always... Let me tell you. And shout out to Corey. It's one of those things... Dude, the minute I put the game down and walk away, play something else, and this week is going to be like... I'm going to be absolutely bombarded with what's coming in this week. I would just want to go back to play Hogwarts, right? Like, I'm just thinking about Hogwarts. I'm going, what did I do this? Like, this morning, the stuff I did this morning, dude, I was playing just before the show. Like, this is wild. Like, this is so cool. The fanfare, the love, and everything put into this game, the passion behind it. It's just put me at a whole other appreciation for what they were able to achieve here, because there's so much when it comes to what they've crafted within the not only the castle but the world, the environments, and all the things going around it that you haven't even experienced yet. Because the further here I am, 17 hours in, dude, and I just unlocked more. Like, there's
still new things coming. Yeah,
right. I think I look at my percentage overall and I'm like 20%. 20%.
Okay.
I'm 17 hours in, Scott. I'm 17%, and part of me goes, awesome. Like, you know, like even if it was at 15%, I'd be like, yeah, let's go, because there's so much here, right? Dude, coming in for entry of the charts, though, for number 2 is God of War Ragnarok.
There's not a surprise to me.
Not at all. It was my game of the year last year. Ragnarok is a fantastic game.
Is a console exclusive. Let's keep that in mind, too. Number 2, if it had been on sale in multiple places, maybe that would be even higher.
That's fair. That's
Take
fair.
notes, Sony.
Like, I don't know, PC? I was just saying, Scott's looking for it over a PC, everybody. FIFA 23 came in at number 3. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, number 4.
Still going strong.
Right? Dude, wait till we get to number 10. Animal Crossing New Horizons 5. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 at number 6. Number 7 was Dead Space. You and Steve just reviewed the remake for the show. You can check that out, and should be posting soon over on our YouTube channel. Number 8 has Nintendo Switch Sports. Number 9 was Minecraft on Switch.
Oh.
Number 10 was new Super Mario Brothers on U Deluxe. On the Wii U Deluxe?
U Deluxe.
U Deluxe. I was like, what is this?
Hold on. That must have been ported forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not actually familiar with that.
Interesting, dude. Very, very interesting. But I think what else is interesting, Scott, is Control 2 developer shares update on a new game.
Oh, you got that right.
I knew you'd be excited for this. This is Tanner over at comicbook.com. Remedy Entertainment shares updates on a number of its games this week from its latest investors call from Control 2 among games talked about. In its latest update, Remedy Entertainment, the developer behind Control and Control 2 and Alan Wake, said the studio now has detailed concepts pertaining to the vision of the game, at what stage in development it's currently at. Control 2 is just one of several projects Remedy Entertainment has in the works. However, the studio certainly has its hands full right now. The update on Control 2 was shared in a write-up for the studio earnings report. In a quote, here we have, quote, in November, we announced that deal with Control 2 with 505 Games, they said, Remedy said. This further strengthens our collaboration with 505 Games on the Control franchise and marks another big step for us towards game publishing. Control 2 expands the story and the world of the original Control. We now have detailed concepts of the game vision in all creative areas, including gameplay, narrative, and art. We are pleased with the work the team has done. And as far as January 2023, the game has progressed into the proof of concept stage. Scott, end quote. Are you excited for that? Yo, what's up, Northern?
Oh, it has me so excited. I heard everybody talking about Control, and then I ignored it for probably about a year. But when I got into that, I loved it so much. It's basically SCP. If anybody's familiar with Secure, Contain, Protect, it's kind of like a subgenre of sci-fi. that anybody could write. And for that reason, there's the most intense, great sci-fi in there. Control felt like I was just playing in that universe, and Control 2 sounds to take it even bigger.
Do you have high hopes for Control 2 as to where they can take the story? Do they have other opportunities? 'Cause, you know, some games obviously they leave it wide open. They didn't close off at the end of this one?
No. If anything, it kind of got more open to a sequel.
Of course,
As things kind of open up, your character explores their arc. It's interesting where they'd bring it because there was kind of a family thing going on that gets resolved.
right.
So I'm curious to see where it'll come up next.
Very cool. Brad said he finally got his copy of Hogwarts because Brad's a physical guy, not a digital.
Oh,
That's right. You fell behind.
no. I feel like it won't take you very long to catch up because I think he's good with those games.
Yeah, it'll take him a little bit. 17 hours is quite a while to catch up. So you got some work ahead of you, but you got some good times ahead of you too. Dude, let's get into the next one. I'm glad to see that Control 2 is in development because I know it was praised. I just never played the game. Too many things on the go, man. Speaking of things on the go, Ubisoft is reportedly already considering a sequel for its VR Assassin's Creed game. The developer is yet to show anything off from the upcoming title, though. This is Osin over at VG247. Despite not having shown anything of the upcoming Assassin's Creed VR game, Ubisoft is reportedly already thinking about a sequel. It would be pretty understandable if you forgot there was an Assassin's Creed VR game, reportedly called Nexus, in development, as since it was announced in 2020. We've not heard really anything at all about it, Scott. That's the biggest thing. Dude, they went, hey, we're working on this, and then gone. And then you know what else they did? They canceled the Splinter Cell VR game.
Yeah.
That one hurts. Insider Gaming notes that Ubisoft believes the Nexus will do very well for a VR title, which has led to discussion about a potential sequel. Nexus is currently planned for the Meta line of headsets, first revealed when they were still going by the original Oculus branding. The report also points out that this might imply that Ubisoft intends to release the sequel across multiple VR headsets. I wonder, is there an exclusive tied in right now with Meta for the first one?
That's possible.
That's possible.
Especially if these contracts have been working all the way since it was called Rift, or Oculus rather. How long ago was that? It must be over a year.
Yeah, it's been at least a year, if not a year and a half, that Facebook decided to change Oculus to Meta Quest. Whatever. It's one of those.
I still don't.
No, dude, I don't like it at all. I still like to call it Oculus. I'm still there with you. Yeah, currently, Assassin's Creed Nexus is believed to launch in September 2023 after Assassin's Creed Mirage. Dude, I cannot wait for Mirage. I'm so excited to go back to the OG feeling of Assassin's Creed. Dude, I cannot wait. But according to the Insider Gaming sources, you'll be able to play as a number of characters from the past, like Ezio, Cassandra, Connor, and Hatham. Cool. Dude, this is going to be interesting. We've seen absolutely nothing. I wonder if we're at a point now where we're getting ready to see like a Ubisoft Connect.
Hopefully, because I want to get just a little bit of insight onto, is everything okay in there?
Well, right, could be, because speaking of, Ubisoft has been experiencing a lot of problems recently and has canceled numerous games over the past year. The Assassin's Creed Nexus was announced. A Splinter Cell VR title also was announced and was canceled, alongside with Ghost Recon Frontline, which was also canceled. It was one of my favorite franchises, even though Breakpoint kind of broke me. Is one of those, dude, Ubisoft right now in flux, at to say the least, right? It's really kind of one of those.
Okay, you're back.
Oh,
we lost you for a second there.
Really? Oh, man, I tell you. Yeah, it's one of those things. Ubisoft right now is definitely in flux, right? We don't know where they're at, what they're doing. A lot of turbulence going on over there with the teams. And if we get further down the line, dude, there's another article that talks about that even more. It's just, exciting to see a VR game, though.
I want a Splinter Cell VR game so much, but at the same time, there's only so long I can crouch really low.
Dude, my knees would
comfortably.
Break. I'm too old to do that. Come on. You know, we'd just be hitting a button.
Well, if I'm feeling that at this stage.
Yeah. Dude, I have some exciting news, though, for Rainbow Six fans, which means us. Rainbow Six Siege teases a new anti-cheat feature called Mousetrap. This is David over at Siege GG. Rainbow Six Siege has today released a video including some of the features that will be announced at the Rainbow Six Invitational 2023 about the upcoming Operation Commanding Force. At the Six Invitational 2023, the developers will also discuss what's to come during Year 8, which I can't wait for. We'll also include information about the future of Rainbow Six Siege esports if you're into that as well. Dude, watching some of those players are intense.
Oh, it's insane.
Yeah. However, the announcement hyped the community as one of the teasers was about a possible anti-cheat update. A new year of Siege is just around the corner. Don't miss the full reveal of Operation Commanding Force live on February 18th during the Invitational. So that's exciting. Rainbow Six Siege has teased a potential new anti-cheat feature called a Mousetrap. Currently, there's no information about it. However, it's another of Ubisoft's plans to fix the cheating problem in Rainbow Six Siege. The reveal will include more information of the upcoming anti-toxicity features as well, which is exciting because what a toxic community to be a part of, unfortunately.
It honestly one of the worst in terms of toxicity I've ever seen, but I love the game. I keep going back.
Me too, right? It's one of those things I love to be there, but at the same time it's frustrating.
Yeah, the mention of anti-cheat, I've never really found too much cheating going on. I've seen people glitch through walls back when the map cheats were there and things like that, but it's more so the problem of your teammates killing you, and that falls under toxicity. So I hope we get a result there, because can we just eject them? Can we eject that game from their console? Like,
we used to have the ability to kick players, right? So normally when we head out in Siege, there's a group of us. We'll roll 3-4 of us. So all of a sudden now that one person who's left on their own who joined our game kills one of us just because. Like, dude, it happened to me just the other day. Did nothing. I'm like, really? You just shot me because? Like, what are you doing? And then someone shot Crystal the other day too. I'm like, I'm so done with this, which is, it sucks because that's my go-to shooter, right? If I'm in a shooting mood, that's my go-to game. I'm there, like I say, almost daily, right? It's been a while because Hogwarts has really kind of taken over our scope of inside the game right now, just with all the coverage plans we have for it and things we want to do around this game. So it's one of those we've shifted, dude. I haven't touched Siege in, I'd say, close to a week.
Yeah, missed you this whole weekend.
Yeah, right. I've been busy. I've just been busy over in Hogwarts. That's how good it is, right? That's why I'm 17 hours. And I'm trying to stay ahead of my kids too, dude, because they are catching up in a hurry. So it's one of those things. But the toxic community behind Siege is a huge problem. It's an absolute huge problem. So also
there is more happening in terms of verbal harassment happening. I've seen a little bit of this talked about, but I don't know too many details to go on at length. And it could be a UK only thing. Again, I'm not certain, but I've seen people speaking on there's a system in place for Ubisoft to send data, including your information, to the authorities if you're making threats, impending crime, that kind of thing.
What's up, Nate? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, it's dude, the cheating thing I think is more PC, but the toxic thing is community wide, right? Like at the end of the day, that's just community wide. And it's funny because Nate just jumped in over at YouTube, and Nate plays Hunt, and there's a maturity level over in that community that you don't see here in Siege, because you do get all these, I'm gonna call them straight up, I'm gonna call them punks that go in and they're the gift to the community, and if you don't do something right, they will kill you, right? It's just like, dude, we're all here for a good time. I paid for the game, you paid for the game. Why can't we just work together? Sorry, I missed my shot. I am not a pro by any means, but I do love to play the game. It's just one of those things. How do we get past
in my case? I'll be Chonka putting a hole in a wall and somebody shoots me for that. That's part of the game.
Yeah, it's just a rotation. Come on, really? Like, what are you doing? So yeah, it's unfortunate, dude, but I want to move on to the next one because we're still talking about Ubisoft. Assassin's Creed update has some disappointing news for OG fans. Oh, Scott. Here we go again. This is Tyler Fisher over at comicbook.com. A new Assassin's Creed report has some disappointing news, especially for OG fans of the series. Like many other large developers / publishers, Ubisoft has been bleeding lots of talent lately, especially senior talent. This is never good, but in a market where senior talent is rare and increasingly expensive, it's especially bad. It remains to be seen how long this industry-wide bleeding will last, but it's, at the very least, still a disappointing present problem for Ubisoft, and a very disappointing one as well. This week, Jean Guston left the French company after 17 years with it, Scott. That is a huge issue. Many of us may not recognize this one at all, this Jean, which is unfortunate to hear. However, dude, he worked on one of my favorite Assassin's Creed of all time. Assassin's Creed Origins. This is where he's got a lineage there. 17 years, right? Obviously, this doesn't bode well, extremely well for whatever the game. He was working on something that hasn't even been announced. And he left before it was even announced, Scott. Ubisoft is having some, again, right? We're coming back to this. Ubisoft has got some major problems going over right now in their studios. Maybe have they just become too big, Scott?
Yeah, it's hard to comment on what the cause is, really. It seems like an issue in the chain of command.
Yeah, absolutely. Before this project, Goosen served as the creative director for Assassin's Creed Origins. Again, one of my favorite. Dude, out of the latest 3, Origins is still my go-to. Right? Like Valhalla was there. Yeah, you got 146 hours over there and stuff like that. And it's been a ton of fun. But Origins, man, I loved Origins.
I think it's Odyssey for me. I like the
Nate's too.
Yeah, I like the culture and the armor and the different. It was cool.
Yep. He was also the creative director of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Dude,
there's a hit,
right? Serving as a game designer for Assassin's Creed 2. Yo, you guys just lost some major talent, and that hurts. That really, really hurts.
Yeah, let's keep up with wherever he goes, because might suggest a good hit coming out of that studio.
Dude, what is Ubisoft? So Gene left something he's been working on, not even revealed, and he's just like, I'm out. So I kind of
could that have been one of the projects that's been canceled? Maybe you see that much work get flushed, and he's like, I can understand feeling some way. If you were looking at the exit, maybe that's the time you stand up.
Maybe. Yeah, but they cancel your game, right? That's how many years did they put in prior? They already 3, 4, 5 years in, and they're like, "Nah, we're done." But yet here comes Skull and Bones, right? Which has been in for 10, 12 years now. It feels like. So, which Skull and Bones sorry, never mind. Skull and Bones is coming. So, but it's one of those things, right? It's just kind of. We've seen a lot of troubled things. I was gonna say troubled waters. Sorry, no pun was not intended. But Skull and Bones has been up and down, dude, and they just have one thing after another. But yet that's still coming out. How bad was Gene's game? Was it bad at all? They're just like, we just don't have the budget right now.
Yeah, well, it's curious. I'm wondering if it was something too risky, perhaps, and they're thinking, well, we have to kind of hammer down a solid launch.
They got Assassin's Creed, dude. That is their solid launch every time, right?
I sure hope so.
Yeah, Mirage is the next one. We just talked about it not too long ago. Obviously,
as long as it doesn't come out looking like Unity.
No, dude, that was a glitch, right? That was only on PC. It was hilarious. All you saw was eyeballs.
I laughed.
Me too. Yeah. Unity was. I still like Unity. I don't care what anybody says.
Even if I was a spaghetti monster.
It's funny. But either way, Scott, we do have one game out today, my friend. What do we have?
We have Perseus Titan Slayer on the PC.
Did you see this game? I had no idea this was coming. I'm like, this looks kind of cool.
No, I didn't. I saw a bit of it once I discovered, but I was not aware prior.
Yeah, nice. Dude, how was the weekend? What were you playing? I just want to touch quickly. We got a couple seconds left.
Oh, I did Don't Be Afraid. Yep. And I almost beat that game in 2 sittings, actually.
Short game.
Yeah, some of those horror walkers, they're like that. When you get into the groove, you're done. And then between that and 007 GoldenEye, I'm still plugging away at that one, beating it on the hardest setting. Sometimes I can't believe the amount of combat that I forgot about as a kid.
Nice.
And I used to beat this game as a kid. Come on.
You're losing your knack, Scott, as you get older. Dude, I got
more Titanfall. Going back.
That's it. Gotta refresh.
Training.
I got into Predecessor on the weekend.
I want to join you for some more of that.
Dude, Predecessor is great. I tried. We tried Paragon.
Or Paragon.
We tried Paragon over Prime. I was not feeling that. Jump back into Predecessor. I'm like, yo, this feels like home. And I was rocking 4 kills. Dude, I almost had, like, I lined them up. Boom, boom, boom. I got 3 right in a row. Like, they're all there. I took them all out. And then the game crashed. I was like, well, welcome to early access.
I was going to say, you just watched the enemy team surrender.
That hurt. Absolutely hurt. But this is going to be it for today, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us. This has been ITG Daily, the show you can always join us where we bring you up to speed with all the latest in news. Until tomorrow, I'm Drew. That's Scott. And we'll see you inside the game.